What can a 9-year-old with a passion for cooking teach us about positive food experiences? We'll find out in the next episode of the Food Experience Unplugged video series. Welcome to the Food Experience Unplugged video series. I'm Michelle Seidling. What can a 9-year-old with a passion for cooking teach us about positive food experiences? To answer that question and more, we caught up with Daria Gordhamer, a busy wife and mother of 6 who uses unique culinary traditions to teach those skills to her family. Daria, thanks so much for meeting with me today. So I'd like to start out by getting your perspective on what does the expression positive food experiences mean to you?
Well, positive food experiences mean to me that we're having fun as a family in the kitchen, cooking and having a positive mealtime together, and learning new skills in the kitchen, making memories.
Okay, excellent. So fun in the kitchen. So what is fun in the kitchen for you?
I think it's laughing together, trying new things together as we're cooking in the kitchen, spending time together, quality time. I'm able to be beside a child and talk about their day and just make it a great memory as we cook, make it positive for them.
So to get a little bit about your background with regard to food experiences as far as when you were growing up or when you first got married, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So I'm one of 2 children and my parents worked a lot as I was growing up. And so I didn't see them. They were gone usually around 6 a.m. till in the evening. And
oh my.
I know. And so I made a lot of cheese quesadillas in the microwave. And a lot of things on my own. We had frozen meals like TV dinners and Hot Pockets and burritos that I would just heat up and eat. But on the weekends, I remember spending time with our family. We'd have home-cooked meals on Saturdays usually and spend meals together on Sunday as well.
Did your, when you had homemade meals, did your mom teach you? Or
no,
she just do that?
She usually just cooked it. Now
Okay.
I ask her for advice. How did you make that meal? Make sure it's by you.
Sure.
Yeah. So we would, she would cook the meal, and then we'd usually eat it while we're watching TV.
Okay.
Was what we did.
Yeah.
And so as I grew up and I left home is when I started learning how to cook on my own and trying some simple meals. And then when I got married, I wanted to have family meals together too, even while I was working. And so a funny memory, I made macaroni and cheese for the first time, baked macaroni and cheese, and it was awful.
Really?
It was bad.
Oh,
it was terrible. I had to throw it away, but that kind of sparked my motivation to get better and to learn a little bit more. And so as we, through those years, I would just try new things, ask from other people, good recipes to try. And then as we had children, I was able to be home with them and spend time with them cooking.
Yes, you mentioned you cook a lot with the kids during the summer especially. Can you tell me a little bit about how that got started and what's involved in that?
Yeah, so when my children were young, I would bake a lot. We'd bake a lot of cookies, and around 1 or 2 years old, they would start mixing the dough. And then they were interested in adding the ingredients and then scooping the dough and cooking it as they got older. And so one day I thought, let's have them make their meals because they had some interest in it.
Okay.
And I wanted to cook their own meals. And so I set up a schedule where each child had a day of the week during the summer, and they got to pick what they wanted to make. It had to have a fruit and a vegetable and some sort of protein to begin with. And it started out really simple, like chicken nuggets and a bowl of popcorn and carrot sticks and apple slices were a lot of our meals, but they got to pick, and that was super exciting for them. And they were really proud to set it on the table, and we would take a picture of it too. And proud for everybody to eat their meal. And so then we started getting cookbooks from the library, and they would mark what recipes sounded good to make. And then on their day, we'd kind of prep ahead. Okay, what do you need? What are your ingredients? Do we have everything in the home? Do we have to go shopping? And we would do that. They'd write down their list. We'd go shopping if we needed to, and then I would help them make their meal. And as they got older, I would observe and step back. And for the older ones, they can pretty much cook on their own. There are some terms that they don't know, and they ask.
Okay.
We look it up if I don't know.
Okay, so what are we cooking up here today?
Hash browns.
What else?
Hash browns. Excellent.
Hash browns with what?
Eggs and sausage.
Okay.
Start the oven.
Nice. And,
You can spray it and then put some butter onto it.
yeah, so while he's doing that, what kind of, tell me about how you actually built his skills, helped him to develop skills.
Well, we started when he was really young.
So how young is young? When you start them out?
Well, they would start around probably 3.
3 years old they start to cook.
Yep, they start
Okay.
cooking and pick out their meal, what they want. They need to usually have a vegetable, a fruit, and a protein. But even before then, like, so our 1-year-old is already starting to mix when we bake cookies. So he's a mixer.
Okay.
So that's,
Excellent.
yes.
To give them encouragement. And
Yeah, something that they can do and build confidence.
Is this a family favorite?
This is, especially the children. They love it.
Okay.
It's simple and easy, which is nice, especially in a pinch when you have to cook dinner.
Yeah.
It's something that has a lot of protein in it, so it fills them up.
They're not tell the local diner they'll want to hire him pretty soon. So it's awesome.
Okay, Abram, you can, it looks like you can shut the heat off. And we want to get a plate and put a little on to see if we can add any more seasoning. There you go.
Yeah. Great chefs always make sure that it tastes great.
On your plate, you want to taste it, see if it needs anything. It's pork.
After it's cooled down a bit.
Okay.
Let's see what the chef has to say here.
Right, Abram. What do you think?
Probably a little.
Okay, we'll put a little more salt on there.
Salt. Salt gives it savor.
Okay, wash your hands, please, since you can with your fingers. Must be good.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, one bite and you're hooked. I can see why this is a family favorite.
Yeah.
Very nice. Excellent. That's awesome.
Good job, Abram.
Now, you had mentioned there were a couple of resources that, besides looking up things that you've kind of created to help them. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So we've gone to the Dakota County Library multiple times to get cookbooks, and then it's kind of our journal, and so in my book these are the pictures that we've taken for meals. I don't know if you can see this, but so Elijah in 2013 he baked his own cake for Blue and Gold for Scouts, and it was Kit Kats all the way around. And frosting, and put some piggies in the inside so they look like they're rolling in the mud, and he loved it. It was something he could do pretty much all on his own. Let me find a few more to give you an idea. Okay, so, Elijah again, so he's my oldest, so at the beginning he did a lot of the cooking.
Okay.
So he made, it was a cinnamon bread that he put together, and I remember he rolled it, put the filling in and rolled it, and then baked it. And there's a picture. They're really proud of their accomplishments.
Yeah,
and getting a picture of the food that they make.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Let's see.
So, do they refer back to this from time to time in making different things?
Sometimes they do, yes, and they get a lot of giggles out of. Oh, I can't believe I made that back then. Here's when this is Thomas. He was probably 3 or 4, and his brother Andrew is 5 or 6. Actually, no, I'll go back. Andrew's 4 and Thomas is 2.
Okay.
In this picture, and they're making banana peanut butter muffins. Thomas is in charge of the brown sugar, it says. So they're really excited. He has his teaspoon handy, and he was mixing. Excellent. All right, so here was Andrew's. He was 5. He made chicken nuggets, popcorn, watermelon, and banana bread.
Nice combination.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, I mean, this was at the beginning, or when they're young, some simple foods. But now we've moved on to bigger and better things for the older children.
Okay.
Like sweet and sour chicken or stir fry. We made a lot of Oriental food. This summer, sushi. That's
nice.
Yeah, Abram. So Abram was 9 when he made sushi.
Okay. How did the sushi turn out?
Really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
very
so
good.
It was that's not too fancy. Oh, here we go. Here's a fancy one. Sorry. So Abram made lasagna and strawberries, carrots, and bananas. Yep. Mock lasagna.
Mock lasagna.
So mock lasagna was something that easier for him to make. He was about 8 probably in that picture.
Okay.
So instead of using the big lasagna noodles and layering, we just use like macaroni noodles, and he gets everything together and mixes it all together in one big pot.
And then just pour it in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
How did you decide to make these books, and how has that helped in the whole process?
So I post a lot on Facebook.
Okay.
Because my family, my parents, and my brother are in Washington State. So they're far away, and Facebook is a way for them to connect with us. Sure. And so I do post a lot of what we're doing, but it's for my family to see what we're doing. And then I'm able to print it all off as a journal. So it's my journal as well. Okay. And I also just wanted to show that we're a family with 6 children, and we're really not that fancy, and we're really I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're real. We had hot dogs and chips tonight for dinner, but the kids made it. You can do it. Little steps that can help the children learn how to cook and make good memories. But then, as they get older, look what they make now.
So with the cooking, you kind of do up a schedule as to who's cooking, and can you tell me a little bit about how that got started? Why did you decide to do that, and how has it helped? And
Well, I had to make a schedule because everyone wanted to cook every day.
oh,
So I had to, I want to cook today and I want to cook tomorrow. So I had to make a schedule so that everybody got a chance. If they have a particular day, then they can look forward, okay, next week I'm Monday. I'm Mondays every week. It gives them something to look forward to and know that they are going to cook again because they're so excited to do it and they don't want to wait. But if they know it's going to happen in the future, every time, that helps. So I just went from youngest to oldest. So Monday is Elijah, the oldest, who's 14. Tuesday's Eva, who's 12. Abram's Wednesday, he's 10. Thursday's Andrew, he's 8. And Thomas is Friday.
okay.
And then, well, the baby isn't included yet, but he will be eventually. And then Saturdays and Sundays are kind of whoever.
Okay. So do you cook on the weekends then, or just rent?
Yes, I usually cook on the weekends, or we cook together.
Okay. All right.
Or they
That's
take
good.
over on me on Sundays.
That's good. Give you a little break.
Yes, yes.
So this kind of this schedule reflects dinner. So with other meals, are they more self-sufficient, or what do you do for the remainder of the day?
It depends. Breakfast is usually they can make their own. We either have oatmeal out, or we make pancakes together, or French toast, things like that. And then lunches, usually I just put together. We're usually on the run on summers, so maybe it's a picnic lunch. And I just pack it and we go. And so dinners is when they cook.
What skills do you see as you're going through and helping them cook? What skills do you see them developing? And also, how does this help outside the kitchen?
Well, they're learning how to use the stove, turn on the gas and the oven. They're learning skills like how to take things out of the oven when it's hot, and how to cook meals, how to flip the eggs and use utensils, but in a safe way too. They're learning how to chop vegetables and fruit. Basic skills that they can use to make a meal, and as they leave the home, will be able to have those in their tool belt, I guess to say, to be able to not have ramen every night, to be able to have healthy meals, wholesome meals, to be able to save money by not going out to eat all the time because they don't know how to cook or don't know how to put something together.
Okay.
They're also learning the skills of, okay, what's in our home? I mean, we live on a budget with a big family.
Sure.
This is what we've got. We can't really go out and buy some more food. What can we make with what we have?
Okay.
And that's really helped them as well.
Okay.
Think out of the box.
Definitely.
Yeah. Not always use a recipe. What can you make with what you have, with your knowledge? And I mean, there was one time that we were making cookies and we realized we're all out of eggs, but we had ground flaxseed, and we know that we can use ground flaxseed as an egg substitute. And then one time we realized we don't have any brown sugar, and we're in the middle of making cookies, but we have molasses and white sugar. Do you think it'll taste all right if we mix that together? And it worked out fine.
Okay.
So the kitchens, we're using chemistry and like the scientific method. Is it going to work? Trial and error. What can we change next time?
What are some takeaways that if, others viewing this, if they wanted to kind of do something similar, what takeaways, what advice would you have for, what have you learned in doing so, and what would you suggest to others?
First, I think have fun with it and be patient. I had high expectations at the beginning. And I needed to let those expectations be a little lowered because my children were young, and just also saying yes to them. They wanted to have chicken nuggets and popcorn for dinner. Okay. All right, yes, let's do it. They learned how to pop popcorn on the stovetop. instead of, a bag in the microwave. That was a fun skill for them to learn. You're going to make a mess, and it's okay. Everything's washable.
Sure.
And I think just try something easy to begin with and go from there. See what happens. See where you go.
Or how has it helped in other aspects of their life? Have you seen anything of how, learning to cook, learning here in the kitchen, has it helped them in other aspects of their life?
Definitely. So for my older ones, they babysit now. They're 12 and 14. And when the parents ask, we're going to be gone for this amount of time, can they cook? I can say yes. And they're confident. Like my son goes to one family and makes tortellini for lunch every time because they know he can make tortellini.
Wow, nice.
And so that's a big confidence booster, and a help to the parents knowing, okay, they are skilled in the kitchen. They can pop a pizza in the oven, and they're comfortable with taking it out. Things like that have been great. I've been sick every once in a while, and they're able to make a meal on their own. Or if they're hungry, they can make something for themselves and their siblings, which has been a big help in the home.
Yeah.
So one time, I'm not usually sick, but one time last year I was out, and David, my husband, was out, and somebody took my baby for 2 days because it was that bad. And the children were able to put stuff together and cook and have a meal.
Okay. Yeah. Self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they made a little something for you to get back back to normal. So how has this helped in terms of the relationship with your family, with your kids, with your husband? How has this cooking helped in that regard?
It's built good memories, and we're together. I think it's important to have time together, and we have to all eat, and if we're all together, might as well, eat together and enjoy that time, have some good conversation. It's also built I want to say like a healthy perspective on food for my children. I didn't have healthy ideas of food growing up, and so I've had to learn and say it's okay, everything in moderation. And my children are seeing that too. And as we cook, they feel good that it's homemade. And so it's got a lot of butter in it.
Of course.
It's okay.
Yes.
There are times to have it. So, so it's definitely, I think, they have a good, not perspective, what am I trying to say? Good attitude or outlook on food.
Okay.
Which I think is important.
And how has it helped to bond the siblings together, bond your children together?
Well, when we're cooking together, we help each other out. And so the older children can help the younger ones out when they need something that's too hard or they need some help. We're able to pull together and work together, and that's been great for the family and the children to make memories and help one another out. Usually Friday nights are movie night, and we make a big pot of popcorn on the stovetop. And so Dad's like, Elijah, I need your help. Abram, come here, I need your help. Add the salt. And so they're all working together and helping one another and laughing and being together. And then as we're, if one of them makes the meal and we sit down and we each compliment that person, that shows love. And that, and we're grateful for that person who cooked, and that gratitude develops into, more love for that person and for each other.
So with all the family cooking, and so how do you feel, how has it built memories? Because you're all, having fun in the kitchen. How have you seen it bond you as a family, creating different memories? What are some examples of different memories that have materialized?
Right. So it's created some traditions. Like we make lefse together as a family with Grandma and Grandpa before Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're all in the kitchen and it's messy and fun, and we can go back and talk about it and look forward to it the next year. We take pictures while we're cooking when we do that, and we're able to look at pictures in my journal and reminisce. We have some funny stories, like Elijah, who's 14 now, still remembers because we talk about all the time when he was a toddler and we made cookies on a paper bag, and just 1 second I turned around, I turned back, and he pulled the paper bag down and he's sitting on the floor stuffing his face with chocolate chip cookies. And he was so happy, and then I took him away and he was really mad. But I can still picture it, and he laughs about it to this day. Oh, Mom, tell me about this story when I ate the cookies. And so we have a lot of those memories as we're cooking, and silly things that happen, or we melted something, a utensil, because it got next to the fire, and the mistakes we've made, but they're funny, something to laugh and look back on, and pictures to look at and remember what we did and how we've grown.
Daria, thanks so much for meeting with us today. It's been a pleasure, and hearing about all the excitement of your family, and I look forward to hearing a lot more about the summer cooking.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Food Experience Unplugged video series. For more information, please visit us at our website at foodexperienceunplugged.com or on social media. We look forward to seeing you on Food Experience Unplugged, where food, fun, and memories come together.